Today, we're going to look 10 years into the future of AI. But we're not talking about the tech itself, we're talking about the price. Because that cheap AI subscription you've gotten used to, yeah, that's not going to last.
So let's just start with the most obvious question. How in the world is it possible that you have access to some of the most powerful technology ever created for what, about 22 euros a month? If you've ever had a feeling that it's just too good to be true, well, there's a pretty good reason for that.
And the reason is, it is too good to be true. Right now, we are living in this golden age of subsidies. You've got tech giants losing billions, billions, just to get you hooked and to absolutely crush their competition. It's a bubble, honestly. It's a lot like the streaming wars a few years back, and it is mathematically guaranteed to burst.
So, what happens when it does? Well, in this explainer, we're going to break down the next decade into 3 really distinct phases. First up, the Great Cleanup, which is where the current model just falls apart. Then we'll see a shift to AI as utility. Yup, build just like your electricity. And finally, we get to the new normal, where the market finally settles down.
All right, let's dive into our first phase, from 2026 to 2029. We're calling it the Great Cleanup. And honestly, this is where the party ends. The raw cost of all that computing power is just way too high. And sooner or later, investors are going to start demanding to see some actual profit.
And the predictions say this is all going to change really, really fast. By 2026, you should expect a massive consolidation. Most of those small AI companies are just going to disappear, either folded or bought up, leaving a handful of giants, think Google, Microsoft, Meta, and Amazon, in control. Then, in 2027, you can say goodbye to your unlimited plan. That 22 euro subscription will almost certainly get hit with strict daily limits, something like energy credits to stop the power users who are costing them hundreds of euros a month.
And by 2028, a whole new, much more expensive tier is expected to show up, the autonomous agent. See, the whole focus is going to shift from paying to chat with an AI to paying for an agent that actually acts for you. We're talking maybe 150 euros a month, and for that, it could be sorting your finances, applying for jobs while you're asleep, handling truly complex tasks all on its own.
Now, as these prices just skyrocket, a kind of counterculture is going to rise up. By 2029, we'll see powerful open-source models that will let the more tech-savvy folks run AI locally on their own machines. This is basically the escape hatch. It's a way to get all that incredible power without having to pay that monthly subscription to one of the tech titans.
And that brings us right into the second phase, from 2030 to 2033, where the entire model just flips on its head. AI stops being treated like software you subscribe to and starts being treated like a utility. A basic resource, just like water or electricity, that you simply pay for as you use it.
So by 2030, for any heavy-duty tasks, that flat monthly fee is gone. It's going to be replaced by metered billing. You'll get charged for the exact amount of computational power you're using. Asking a simple question for a recipe, that might cost you a fraction of a cent. But asking it to generate, say, a short film, that could easily cost you 4 euros, billed right to your digital wallet.
Okay, but what about free AI? There has to be a free version, right? Well, yeah, but you're not going to like it. By 2031, the so-called free experience will likely be a nightmare. It's going to be slow, its intelligence will be artificially capped, and worst of all, its answers are going to be packed with ads. So you ask for a workout plan, and it will just happen to recommend the shoes of whatever brand sponsored that response. Meanwhile, at the complete other end of the spectrum, we're going to see the rise of hyper-luxury AI. For entrepreneurs, a wealth management tier could show up that costs over 500 euros a month. And you're thinking, why? Because it's basically a virtual board of directors. It's an accountant, a lawyer, a strategist, all available 24/7. And the sales pitch is so simple. This AI will make you way more money than it costs.
By 2033, for most of us, that visible subscription will probably disappear altogether. Instead, the cost of AI is going to become an invisible tax. It'll be so baked into our operating systems that its cost will just be bundled into the now exorbitant price of a new laptop or a new phone, which of course will need massive new chips just to run it all.
So all of this chaos eventually leads to our final phase, the new normal, from 2034 to 2036. This is where the market is expected to finally settle down into a long-term, stable, new reality.
And here's the really optimistic twist. By 2034, the kind of power that we see in models like GPT-4 today, it's going to be completely commoditized. It'll be worth next to nothing. Seriously, that level of intelligence could just be a free, instant feature built right into your fridge. The expensive AI will be saved for much, much bigger tasks, like generating entire virtual worlds on demand.
In the final couple of years of this forecast, two huge new structures are predicted to emerge. On one hand, you might see governments launching their own public AI services just to make sure no citizen gets left behind in this new economy. And on the other hand, the very idea of an app could just fade away. Instead, you might pay a single Life OS subscription to a company like Apple or Google, and it would manage your entire digital life through an earpiece or smart glasses that are always on.
So, after all that, where does this leave us? I think the ultimate takeaway here is that the future of AI access isn't just one single path. It's what you could call the Great Split, a divergence into two very, very different realities.
And this split really defines everything. On one side, you have basic intelligence. That's the power of today's models. It's going to be free, sure, but it'll be funded by ads or those hidden hardware costs. But on the other side, you'll have high intelligence. These are the autonomous agents that can generate real income for you, and that is going to be a powerful and very expensive luxury product.
Which leaves us with one final and, I think, fascinating question to think about. In a world where a massive amount of intelligence is basically free, what becomes truly valuable? What's the new premium that we're all going to be willing to pay for?